Check. Test 1 2 check. 1 2 3 4 testing 1 2 3 4 John. 1 2 1 2 check check check.
Check, mic check. Level check.
Lyle level.
Good.
I hope your wife understands I'm just teasing about the microphone.
No, she doesn't. No, it's all good. She knows. There's that one state game where she was. We laugh about it. It's good. It's all good.
Okay. Testing 1 2 3 John. Test. Alrighty. Let's go. There. Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at My Local Radio.
This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pre-game show in 5 seconds from Mark. The following is a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting. It's time for Preston Indian Sports. This game is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. This is the Preston Indian Crumble Cookie pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach, look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. The pregame show is sponsored by Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and on mylocalradio.com. And welcome here to Preston Gym as tonight the Preston Indians come home with a 2-game losing streak in tow as they'll take on the Century Diamondbacks in district play tonight. For the Indians, losers of the last 2 games, they come into the action this evening 11-4. They're 0-1 in district play. Century struggling a little bit this year. They're 3 games under 500 at 6-9, and they also are 0-1 in district play so far this season. For the Indians, they're going to try to bounce back from that tough loss by 5 points the other night against the Pocatello Thunder. And, of course, they lost to Blackfoot just before that by 10 points. So it's a 2-game losing streak for the Indians, and they have a big opportunity to bounce back here tonight. Counting tonight, Preston has 6 games left in the season. The good news is 4 of the 6 are here at home. They're against tough opponents, but they have that home court advantage that always seems to work their way as that's coming up here over the next couple of weeks. 6 games left in the regular season. We'll take a timeout. The North Stars Ultimate Outdoor Scene Set will come up right after this timeout. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team production of Preston Indian Basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
105.5 FM KACH.
Hi, we're Braden and Brittany Smith with Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency.
We're Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jan Stone with Northern Title of Preston, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Bill Chambers from North Stars Ultimate Outdoors, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Larson. I'm with HK Auto, and we are Dayton Proud and Idaho Strong.
We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
Since 2005, North Stars Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston. Welcome back to the Crumble Cookie pregame show before the Indians square off against the Century Diamondbacks as Lyle Fuller joins me, and it's time for the North Stars Ultimate Outdoors scene set. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. 2-game losing streak for the boys, but they've had most of the last week off. They haven't played a game, only one game since they lost to Blackfoot a week ago, about 10 days ago.
Yeah, you don't know if that time off ends up helping or hurting in terms of rust versus getting a little extra rest this time of year, but the Indians should be really keyed up for tonight's game. This is a really critical game in district play. You come in 0-1 in district, you're at home, you got to hold serve on your home court, and the Diamondback team, they'll be hungry. We've had a lot of great battles with them over the years, and this is one that the Indians really need to get here at home tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned the 6 games left, including tonight. 2 road games. That's going to be at Blackfoot coming up tomorrow, and then the final game of the year at Century. We'll get to see the Diamondbacks again. Still coming here to Preston Gym, not only the Diamondbacks tonight, but they have Hillcrest, Highland, and Pocatello all still have to come here. You can really make good out of your season, or you can look really bad.
Yeah, the Indians come into it here 11-4, right? So they're, off to a good start here. But you look at, the Blackfoot loss. That was a game that I think the Indians team and fans would say we probably should have had that one. We were leading that one, but then Blackfoot turned around and almost toppled Hillcrest, who may be the best team in the state. So the Blackfoot loss is certainly no shame, and losing at undefeated Pocatello in a game again that Preston was up by 8 or 10. Is not a shameful loss, but you got to get these home ones in district. Try to get that home court advantage as you go into the district tournament here in a few weeks from now.
For the Indians, Tate Hess coming off a career high 27 points in the loss at Pocatello.
Yeah, Hess had a great game against the Thunder and their 6'10 center on Averos. You think maybe a kid that had a few inches on Tate would give him trouble, but that didn't seem to be the problem. He had a great game. And I think Hess will have an opportunity again here tonight to have a big game with the inside part there that the Indians try to feed the ball inside to him.
Hess now has reached double figures in 11 games this year, and he's gone for 20 or more twice.
Yeah, for a kid who didn't start last year, he played all last year on JV, come in and really has had a strong senior campaign here to this point, leading scorer on the team by average, and just a really key part of this Indian team, and certainly they'll look to have a good game from Hess tonight to come out victorious.
All right, let's talk about Century a little bit. A couple of guys you really have to pay attention to, Luke Pineda and Elias Blackhawk. Really big scorers and big hustlers for them.
Yeah, Pantea, he's a 6'2 senior, and he's had some huge scoring games for Century. There have been some games when, frankly, he's scored half or more of their points. So we know that he's certainly a capable scorer. I would expect that the Indians would probably start Cade Lords on him in terms of a perimeter defender we have with some size. But, certainly have to not lose him on the perimeter because he's very capable.
Of course, Preston last year lost 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks. This is a very different team without Isaiah Hollowell here.
Yeah, last year's team was built around Harwell and his abilities as a 6'6 freshman last year, who was one of the best freshmen in the country according to all the recruiting services, and he's departed Century for Wasatch Academy down in Utah. So if people are kind of watching and listening, where's Harwell? That's where he is. He's down at Wasatch Academy in Utah.
Since the Indians, I should say that the only game the Indians won last year was here at Preston Gym in the final meeting of the regular season. They beat them 46-40, but that was a pretty rough and tumble game.
Yeah, under Coach Frost, Century's had some real good success. They tend to want to slow it down, grind it out, play real physical defense. They kind of hang their hat on defense more than offense. You and I have talked off there about how much the shot clock might affect Century because they tended to run their sets in a very deliberate, almost slow manner, and so shot clock will be interesting to see how that impacts them tonight.
Preston has won, even with losing 2 out of 3 last year, Preston has still won 14 of the last 19 games played between the two teams.
Yeah, and the Indians, of course, have had a great run of success here, and and have a good record against most opponents. But Century is one of those teams that has always been in our district since we moved up to the 4A level, and kind of a nice little rivalry across several different sports between Preston and Century. So, there won't be anybody at Preston feeling sorry for Century or anything like that. It's one of those, hey, let's get a win against these guys.
Yeah, they don't feel bad for us either. So,
right.
So vice versa is very much true.
Yep.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. When we do, we'll talk to Coach Joes. This is the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to the Crumble Cookie pregame show as we step into the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Evergreen Financial. Time to talk with Tyler Jones before we get started here against the Century Diamondbacks here tonight. Good or bad to have most of the last week off?
I think both. I thought Pocatello was a great battle. I thought we played really well up there for 3 good quarters, and they're a great team. They're undefeated, and kind of Bowie showed why he's, going to Boise State. That fourth quarter really put him on his shoulders and got hot there. But I thought we learned a lot about our team, and we showed we could go into a tough environment. And I thought for the majority of that game, we showed that we can play with them, and you could argue we're better for a lot of that game. So a lot of positives on it. We got rested up. We've been able to work on some things, but also it's hard sitting a week too. So they're antsy and want to go tonight, and we're happy to be back at home and in a very big game tonight.
Part of the antsiness, if that's a word, I guess, might come out of the fact that you come into the game tonight having lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row, and we're 0-1 in the conference. Century's 0-1, so whoever wins this, they're back in the hunt. You're in second, and you put yourself in a good spot at least to get a home game. And if you lose, you're in a pretty big hole. So a lot to play for tonight, and one we need to come ready to play.
This Century team, they've had kind of a tough year. They're 3 games under 500 headed into this one.
Yeah, they started slow, and then they kind of made a good run there in the middle, and they've been competing. They play hard. They're dangerous, and Coach Frost always does a good job. And I know one thing: they're going to come play hard, and they're going to compete and be physical, and we've got to match that.
That's kind of Coach Frost's is his MO. Is they're going to be tough, they're going to be physical, and they're going to shoot well.
Yep, exactly. So we've got to match that and try to use our strengths as well.
Coming into this game for you guys, for the Indians, it's it's a good time now to really get yourself started. You got 6 games left in the season, but only 2 of them on the road.
Yeah, we get a little home stretch. The other thing is that we're playing the best teams in the state too. So I mean, tonight's a league game. Tomorrow we're going up Blackfoot to Hillcrest to the wire. Next week Hillcrest, Highland, Polk. So there's no easy ones. And but yes, you want to get playing your best basketball, and we've lost a couple here lately, but those are really good teams, and I think we've been there. We just got to learn to finish. We got to hit our foul shots. We got to take care of the ball. We got to finish games. We're in position. I like where we're at. We just got to be a little better, with the game down the wire, down the stretch.
These 6 games left really help you get ready for district and hopefully potentially a trip to state. Like you said, these are not easy games that you have left on the schedule. No, and that's one thing I really feel good about is that no matter what happens, we're going to be ready for it because we've been challenged. We've had a tough schedule. We've played great competition and had a lot of close games, and that's going to help us down the stretch. Best of luck against the Diamondbacks. All right, thank you. Tyler Jones with us here on the pregame show. We'll take a timeout, back with more right after this.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston. And welcome back to the Preston Indian Crumble Cookie pregame show. Crumble Cookies, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. Let's take a look at some of the other games going on around the eastern part of the state involving the boys' teams tonight. As number 2 seed in the 4A division, Pocatello will be on the road. They go to Burley tonight to take on the Bobcats. Skyline is also on the road. They go to Blackfoot. The number 1 team in the 4A division, Hillcrest, unbeaten on the year. They're on the road tonight when they go to Madison. Rigby comes down to Pocatello to take on Highland tonight. Bonneville goes up to Idaho Falls to take on the Idaho Falls Tigers. Minico goes on the road as they'll be in Mountain Home. Twin Falls goes to Wood River. Canyon Ridge will take on Jerome over in Jerome tonight. Malad will be at American Falls. Soda Springs will be at Declo. And Buell will be at Filer this evening. And of course, here at Preston Gym, the Indians will continue district play tonight when they take on the Century Diamondbacks coming up here in just a few minutes. It's break time again here on the Crumble Cookie pregame show. We'll have more coming up. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for Preston Indian Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. By Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. By West Motors, your only stop for newer used cars in Preston and in Logan. By Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in town. By Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. By Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, we have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. By Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. By Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. For tires, brakes, shocks, or alignment, there's only one stop. It's Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. By North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. By Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. By Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. By Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. By Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily at Northern Title. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and Preston High School Athletics, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. Well, it may be cold with a threat of snow outside, but I guarantee you it's going to get hot in here coming up over the next 90 minutes or so. Welcome to Preston Indian basketball as the Indians play host to the Century Diamondbacks. Before we get started, it's time to take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by to find out how much you can save at 223 North State Street in Preston. Lyle, time for your keys to tonight's game.
Yep. Dan, I think tonight key number one would be taking care of the ball against this physical, grinding Century defense. cut down on those turnovers, be purposeful with your passes, make good screens, good cuts, all those sorts of things. And then key number 2 would be rebound the basketball. With this Century team, I think if Preston wins the rebounding battle tonight, I think they come out ahead on the scoreboard as well.
So it ought to be interesting. It's the first meeting of the year between the two teams. They'll meet again over at the Snake Pit in the final game of the season. That comes up on February the 8th. And we'll certainly look forward to that. But there's a lot of basketball to be played between now and then. Starting lineups in the opening tap are coming up. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
It's time to meet tonight's starting lineup for the Preston Indians. The starting lineup is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Cam Hobbs, Sr., Franklin, Idaho.
Cade Lords, Sr., Preston, Idaho.
Will Hamblin, Sr., Riverdale, Idaho.
Drew Jones, Jr., Preston, Idaho.
Tate Hess, Sr., Preston, Idaho.
To find out how Webb Funeral Home can be of service to you in your time of need, call 208-852-0533 or check out their website at webbmortuary.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The lineups have been introduced. Now time for the lights to come back up, which they do right now. It's almost time to play basketball as we get a look. You've heard the starters for Preston. Here's the starters tonight for the Diamondbacks. Luke Pantea, who's a heck of a shot from the outside. He had as many as 40 points in a game this year. Elias Blackhawk, another good shooter. And then Bentley Guttner, Richie Bull, a tough kid. His sister played a couple of years ago.
Yep.
She's playing now, I believe, at Montana or Montana State. And Charles Horak, a big kid in the middle, as the Diamondbacks out on the court. They are ready to play here this evening as the Indians still over talking to the coaching staff as they'll make their way out here. So the same normal starting five for the Indians that they've had over every game this year. This will be the 16th consecutive game for this starting lineup, as it'll be Tate Hess to jump center against Charles Horak, as Hess controls the tap, which he should, because he outsizes him by about 5 inches.
Yeah, Horak's about 6'2" there at center for Century. Good leaper, though.
Lords down low, down the block to Hess. Missed the little shot, and then Hess, oh boy, reached out and grabbed Horak, and lucky he didn't get called for a foul as it comes to Pantea all the way underneath in the layup as the Diamondbacks get on the board first.
Yeah, it looked like Pantea was too far underneath, but he reached back and laid that up off the glass.
Yeah, that was a very acrobatic play to get that ball in the hoop. Lords, top of the key, gives it off on the left side as it comes there to Hobbs. Hobbs tries to split the defense, ends up in the paint, goes off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, wants to go back up again. Little left-hand hook, that's no good, as it's Richie Bull to grab the rebound. Here comes Pantea up the floor again, gets to the top of the key. He'll stop the dribble there, give it back to Bull. Bull comes back over to Pantea on the angle right. Look down in the corner, it goes there to Guttner. Guttner back out top as it comes to Horak at the free throw line. He holds it there. He'll give it off to Blackhawk. Elias Blackhawk, also a heck of a baseball player, drives left hand, that's no good, as the rebound is off and pulled down by Hamlin. Comes up to Jones in the front court. Tries to cut down the middle, kick it off in the corner. Lords almost misplayed it. Able to keep it in play, however, as it comes to Hobbs. Spins in the paint again, puts it in, and he's fouled.
Hobbs, that's another good crack at it right underneath. They're trying to post him up on the smaller Century defender, and it pays off there. An old-fashioned three-point play attempt here.
So Guttner will draw the foul as Preston gets their first lead of the game as Hobbs hits the free throw. And a whistle in the backcourt.
Yeah, he was trailing the play, tried to reach around and poke it away from Pantea.
Cam Hobbs called for the foul, and that's one foul on each side here, just a minute and a half here into the game. As Blackhawk doesn't like what he sees and immediately wants a timeout here with still with 6:28 to play here in the first quarter. Timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember you can update your look at 27 South State Street here in Preston.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Indians show press out of the timeout as it comes to Pantea. Gets it back to Blackhawk, who gets it across the timeline back up in the front court. Pantea with it on the angle right. Looks inside, nothing there, so he'll come back out top with it all the way around, back over onto the left side to Guttner. Pantea with it, back at the top of the key. Comes back to Blackhawk, free throw line extended right, drives baseline, pulls up baseline, and hits the little 15-foot jumper.
Yeah, Drew Jones defending there, pretty well defended actually.
Hobbs, a battle for the Indians, back up in the front court as Hamlin has it. Give it off, Hobbs looks for a three and hits it. So Hobbs Gets Preston the lead again, and at the other end, Gunter has his shot blocked from behind by Hess. Here come the Indians, 3-on-2. So it comes to Hamlin, reverse layup is good. 8-4, Preston on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. That all set up by that big block underneath by Hess.
Yeah, blocked it with both hands. Said not today, not tonight.
Pantea on the left side gives it back out top to Blackhawk. Swinging all the way back around to Guntner, a 6'10 junior. Back to Blackhawk again. Steps inside the arc. As they got a pushing foul underneath. They said 20, but I think they meant 24.
24, yeah. He pushed Lords right in the back on that rebound and sent Lords flying.
So the foul goes against Richie Bull. That'll be his first. Team's second. Scorers table a bit confused. They were trying to figure out who number 20 is. Is 20 still sitting on the bench with his warm-ups on? As here comes Hobbs again, left-handed in the key. Can't get it to go down. Gets his own rebound, and he's fouled again.
Hobbs a little frustrated that layup didn't go, but it's another good strong drive. He earns another trip to the line.
So Guntner called for the foul, his second. That's 3 on the team, as the folks here at the scorers table still trying to figure out who that other foul was on. They haven't put it on the board yet. As
they flashed 20, but I think it was 24. I think you're right.
It should be 3 team fouls against Century as Hobbs hits both free throws. 9-4. As into the game, it's Spencer Payne. Underneath, Payne with a reverse layup gets it to go down. So it's 9-6 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Kind of a fast and furious first quarter. Hobbs has it in the right corner, looks at another 3. It's too long. Hess has the rebound like a pass as he pulls the air ball down out of the sky. His shot no good, gets his own rebound no good, as the second rebound pulled down by Horick underneath. 4:15 to play here in the first quarter. As now the other end, it's Payne who missed the layup, and then Preston knocks the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, the Indians are getting a lot of shots right at the rim. They're just not falling for him here.
Now they got the right information up on the board as they credit Bull with the foul, and now have 3 team fouls against the Diamondbacks. Pantea, short jumper, no good. As he's going to get called for a foul. Hobbs went flying across the floor, but no call on that. They did call a foul on Hess underneath, however, as Tate will draw his first foul.
Yeah, Hobbs took a shove and slid on the seat of his pants about 10 feet.
Here's Pantea at the free throw line, misses the first. Pantea, 6'2 senior. And as we mentioned in the pregame show, he's a heck of a shooter, has as many as 40 points in a game this year.
Yeah, that's hard to do in a high school game.
Pantea's second is good. So he has 3, and it's 9-7. Preston's still with a lead here. As get it up into the front court, it goes to Lords, back to Hobbs, drives the baseline this time. Jones looks at a 3, his first shot of the night. In, out, stays out. Big rebound inside, pulled down by Pantea. Runs the dribble back up into the front court. Gets it off to Payne, who travels.
Yeah, Payne just fresh in the game. First
quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700 to find out how they can help you. So once again, here's Hobbs. Looks down the right side, bounce it inside. As it comes there to Harris just into the game. 3-pointer by Hamlin. He's drilling that one. Hamlin's got 5. Preston leads by 5 at 12-7.
Great find by Cruz Harris right in the game.
Bull holds on to it. Free throw line extended right. Tries to get back to the top of the key. Goes back to where he came from as he gives it back to Pantea. Comes to Adamson back to the top of the key. 3-pointer put up here by Bull. That's no good. And the rebound underneath comes to Hamlin. He'll go to Jones up into the front court. Jones comes down the right side. He'll give it to Harris. Cruz holds on to it there, and finally it ends up in the hands of Cam Hobbs.
The Indians will just reset the offense here.
Hobbs have kind of had a tough time shooting the last few games as Harris slips and falls. Gets it back to Hamlin, a three from the corner. No, that goes off of Lords, but it's punched out of bounds out of his hands by Kevin Adamson.
Yeah, Hamlin with a good wide open shot there from the baseline. Just couldn't cash that one in.
In the last game against Pocatello, Hobbs made only 2 shots out of 14 attempts.
Well, and I like the way he's come out aggressive here, firing early on.
Hamlin, short jumper is good. Hamlin's got 7 here in the first quarter. It's half of Preston's points. It's 14-7 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Payne has it over on the far side, holds on to it. Now he'll get it back up to the top of the key. Samuel Billings into the game for the first time, gives it off to Blackhawk as he holds on to it, goes into the corner, back to Payne again. Payne dribbles out of the corner. Got Adamson at the left elbow. Back to Blackhawk now over on the left side. As kind of points down and says, I'm going this way, then goes the opposite way against Jones. He loses the ball. Jones pops on it, and it gets it out to Lords. Lords gets it up into the front court as it comes to Hobbs. Nice little crossover move. Back into the corner. Lords for 3. Good! As Century needs another timeout as they trail by 10 with 1:54 to play in the quarter. Timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, update your look today at Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Get a look at the score there with 1:54 to play in the first. Indians leading by 10, 17-7. You know, while we talked about the 6 games remaining for the Indians, for Century, they still have games at Shelley. They have a back-to-back home and home with Twin Falls. Then the game at Century against Preston, the final game of the year for the Indians. But they still have one more game after that. 2 nights later, they play at Pocatello.
Yeah, no easy ones there. Shelley's improved this year.
Trap the ball in the backcourt. They bounce it off of Jones. Nice play by Pantea.
Yeah, I thought we had him trapped down
I did too. So it'll stay with the Diamondbacks in the backcourt.
32, Charlie Horrocks back in.
Charlie Horrocks back in. Kevin Adamson will leave as it comes to Pantea, who races the ball up into the front court. Takes it all the way down into the left corner. Lost it. Back outside. It comes to Blackhawk for 3. Good. Blackhawks got 5, and it's 17-10. Hobbs back up to the front court. Doesn't shoot. Gives it to Harris. Spin move. Nice move. Back in the corner to Lords. All the way back out top. Hobbs looks at a 3. It's short as the long rebound again comes back to Pantea. Up into the front court. Bounce pass to Horak off his hands and out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it was off Jones. No, yeah. But then the other official comes in to correct the call. Wow.
No, Jones was pleading for that call. Looks like he was successful. Indians will inbounds. And
I mean, Horak was a step and a half ahead of everybody. There's no way Jones doesn't have that long of arms.
Yeah. Well, he was charging hard. Great recovery on that, the old get back on defense thing.
Cade Larson into the game here for the first time as Jones gets it up into the front court. Drew, top of the key. Hamlin comes up to meet the ball there, but Jones still backs away from it. Comes around the screen set by Harris. Pulls up for a 3. Good again. Jones with his first 3. He shoots almost 40% from out behind the arc, and Preston leads by 10 again. As
they're going to get Caden Larson just in the game.
Holding foul against Larson. His first, team's third. That's 3 on each side here with 52 seconds to play in the first quarter. Preston leading 20-10. Pantea holds on to it. Ends up in the hands of Payne. Free throw line extended left. Back up to the top of the key to Pantea. He's double teamed, can't get a shot. Blackhawk now will drive, pulls up from the left elbow. That goes in and out. Ooh, look out. As Lords gets the rebound, has it punched out of his hand, and then goes back and gets it again. Gives it off to Harris. Cole into the paint, down low, lay it up, can't get it to go down, and Horak has the rebound.
Did everything but fall in the basket for Harris.
Shot clock is off, 15 seconds to play here in the quarter as Blackhawk has it back up into the front court. Looks down the right side, goes back out top to Pantea. Pantea trying to clear people out as it comes back to Blackhawk again on the right side, free throw line extended. Holds it there. And nobody was there to help him to recognize the clock, and Blackhawk stood there and held it too long, and the clock expired. So we're done with one. Indians lead at 20-10 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. You're listening to a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll go to the second quarter coming up right after this. Sometimes in life, the next level seems to be just out of your reach. You know you could reach your goal if you could just figure out what's blocking your success. The trained professionals at Level 10 Life offer life, health, and career coaching. These professional coaching sessions will help you put the next piece together in your puzzle. Don't wait. The coaches at Level 10 Life are here to help you reach your next milestone in life. Schedule a free consultation online at level10lifecoach.com. The Preston boys head back out on the road Friday night when they head to Blackfoot for the second meeting of the year with the Broncos. The Crumble Cookie pregame show gets started at 7 p.m. with a tip-off at 7:30. Preston Sports are brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, Franklin County Medical Center, S&T Electric, and Procon Homes. Catch the game live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com, your home for Preston Sports.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Preston leads 20-10 as we head to quarter number 2 here tonight. As Dave Allred, the trainer for the Indians, is busy trying to wipe some blood off of the shorts of Drew Jones. Not sure where'd the blood come from.
I don't see any blood on Drew himself, but he sure got some on his uniform there.
So it's inside of his leg is what I'm being told. Must have been when he slid across the floor. Got a little bit of a rug burn on the hardwood. So Century has the ball to start the second quarter. Inbound, the entry pass taken away by Hobbs. 3-on-2 as it comes down low to Larson. Fall away jumper, good. Caden Larson with his first 2 points of the game. Preston leads 22-10 here in quarter number 2. Bull, top of the key, gives it over to Guntner back in the game as he has it over on the left side. Now Pantea back to the top of the key, back to Bull on the right side. He'll give it back to Pantea. They hold it there as free throw line extended right. Pantea's double team, get it back in the corner, back to Horak. Wants to drive the baseline, goes around Hess, and his bank shot is good.
So, like the way the Indians are guarding Pantea here, Dan. He only has 3 points as we roll into the second quarter, and that's sure helping keeping their overall point total down.
Hobbs gives it down low to Hess on the right block. Double team, now wants to back in on Horak. Tries to go up, lost it. Horak blocked the second attempt, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hess can't believe there's no foul call. You just got to keep going up strong, make the refs have to make a call.
Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valleys. They try to get it underneath the Harris, and they're going to say it was out of bounds again, so they're going to give the ball back to the Indians as Hobbs will bring it back in underneath the basket. Hobbs holding. Jones has it in the left corner. He'll pull it out of the corner as he puts the ball to the dribble. Coach Jones back over the bench yelling out instructions. As Larson has it on the right side. Harris pops out to go and get it, and Preston didn't pay attention to the shot clock, and the shot clock expires on them.
Yeah. So each team's had an episode here where players weren't quite sure the clock was running down or not aware of it.
A couple of communication issues. Yep. 6.5 to play here in the first half. Blackhawk has it on the right side. Holds it. Comes back to Pantea at the top of the key. And the illegal screen there as Horak pops out, and a moving screen on Horak. That's his first foul. That's 4 team fouls now on the Diamondbacks. Preston with a 10-point lead with 6:18 to play here in the first half. Coming to you from Preston Gym tonight. As Larson lost the ball. Evidently went off of a foot of the Diamondbacks, so Preston will keep the ball here right in front of us.
I think the Indians look to try to get something for Hess here. He has yet to score in this game.
Get it into Hess. Now he gives it back to Hobbs. Wants to drive. Hobbs goes high off the glass. No good. That's kind of a wild shot for Cam. As the rebound comes down to Bull, he'll give it to Blackhawk, who runs the ball back up into the front court. Blackhawk will go back to Bull. Now back to Pantea. Back to Bull in the left corner. Or I should say Blackhawk in the left corner. Nice little drop step. His shot partially blocked and pulled out of the air by Hobbs. Gets it up to Jones. Back up in the front court. Drew down the middle. Little scoop shot from about 6. It won't go down. As Bull has the rebound. Spin move to get out of the backcourt. Gives it to Pantea. Driving and an offensive foul. Pantea called for the offensive foul. That'll be his first and the 5th against the Diamondbacks.
I was looking down at my score sheet. I didn't see that one, Dan. They must have got him with the push-off, but I didn't see it.
They must have tried to clear out or something. They didn't say. They just called an offensive foul. So Preston with a 10-point lead, 5:20 to play in the quarter. Get it down low to Hess. Lost it. He's double-teamed. Tries to go up. Korak got a hand on it. Now back up again by Hess, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line looking for his first points of the night. As the foul goes on Horak, that'll be his second. And the Diamondbacks are now out of fouls for the rest of the first half. So it'll mean free throws for the Indians for the final 5:12 of the quarter. Horak knows he's coming out. He's headed back over toward the bench as Kevin Adamson stands over at the scorer's table. And Tate Hess will go to the free throw line. Hess, a 57% free throw shooter on the year. And the first one rolls in. Hess just about exactly what the Indians are as a team, as they shoot 58%. Larson and Harris out of the game. Hamlin comes back in. I believe Lords is back in as well.
Yeah, original starting 5 back in for the Indians.
Second one by Hess is good, as it's now 24-12 as the lead extends to 12 points.
Well, good pressure by Lords at the point of that full court press attack.
As they get it up in the front court, Guntner almost ended up in the Preston bench trying to save that one from going out of bounds. Pantea has it top of the key, wants to drive, get it to Bull, reverse layup, hit off the bottom of the rim as a foul underneath as Adamson went back up. And the foul is going to go on Lords. That's going to be his first. 4 team fouls now on the Indians, so it's a shooting foul, and Adamson will go to the free throw line.
I think Hess got a piece of that layup attempt before the foul.
First one by Adamson goes in and out. Tonight's game brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Want to welcome everybody viewing us tonight here on mylocalradio.com, as Adamson missed them both and the ball lands on the line, so it goes back over to the Indians. 4:52 to play, 24-12. Preston on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller, John Slaughter, our stage manager tonight. John Beverly back in the studio here on this Wednesday, and we're happy to have you along, or Thursday rather. We're happy to have you along. Long 3 put up by Hamlin, no good. Lords with the rebound. Get it back down low to Hess, and he's...
I think they'll get Adamson.
The outside official called a foul on Adamson. The official down low said that he got ball.
Yeah, the Century fans are happy to point out that disagreement, but Hess will go to the line for his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the night.
17 fouls now on Century, as Hess misses that one. And he'll get one more. Preston with a 12-point lead, now make it 13 as Hess has his 3rd point of the game. Backcourt pressure after the made free throw for the Indians. As Blackhawk gets it up into the front court, Adamson drives into the corner. Knocked away by Hobbs, taken away by Jones. excuse me, Jones going to pull up a long three. Whoa. Good again. That one was from about 27.
That was deep and pure.
Blackhawk up into the front court. Wants to drive, gets cut off by Hobbs. His only plays to go back up top to Bull. Looks at a three, doesn't take it. It comes back to Blackhawk on the angle right. 28-12, Preston leads as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the second. Hess way out near the timeline to cut off Blackhawk. As it comes back to Payne, back out top to Blackhawk again. Wants to drive again, pulls up, lay it down low to Adamson, put it up and in. Nice pass by Blackhawk, and Adamson with the layup.
Right as the shot clock was ready to expire.
28-14, Preston leads by 14. As Hobbs in the front court, Hess tries to get it down low on the pass to Jones, knocked away, still loose, picked up by Pineda in the backcourt.
Needed a harder, quicker pass there. Jones is open for a layup.
Pantea. Payne doesn't take the shot, works his way into the paint, still in the paint, still standing in the paint, still standing in the paint as the three-pointer put up and in by Richie Bull. I don't know why that wasn't a 3-second call, because Bull never did leave the painted area.
Yeah, and he didn't shoot it. Yep.
3:02 to play, 28-17, Preston leads on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game brought to you by Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and family together over the world's best cookies. So Preston's lead is 11 at 28-17. They have the ball after the timeout. Hobbs has it in the right corner, tried to poke it inside in a reaching foul from behind by Adamson as he reached in to poke the ball away from Harris just back into the game.
So Harris should get free throws here on the 1-and-1.
Absolutely. That's 8 team fouls now on Century. And for Adamson, that's his second foul here in about the last minute and a half off the clock. Here's Harris, a 44% free throw shooter. The first one hits off the lip but goes in for his first point of the game. Preston, who averages just about 63 points a game, which is 11 points better than what Century has averaged so far on their first 15 games of the season, as the second one's no good. Adamson with the rebound, gives it off to Pantea. Spin move to get up into the front court. Pulls up for a two. Bank shot, no, as Harris fights everyone off with the rebound into the front court. Comes to Hamlin. Hamlin thought about giving it to Hobbs, but instead threw on the brakes and traveled.
Yeah, trying to make a play. Probably would have been served by a jump stop there.
Probably should have just given it off to Hobbs on the left wing and let him go for the layup, too.
Yeah.
So 29-17. 2.5 to play here in the first half. Blackhawk into the front court as Tate Hess will check back in. As Pantea gives it back to Blackhawk, top of the key. Blackhawk dribbles, stops at the left elbow, lost the ball. Hobbs takes it away. Now it's loose on the floor, picked up by Bull, put it up and in. Ball rolled away from Hobbs, and then Bull was just able to pick it up underneath the basket in the paint and put it in.
Yeah, look what I found. I think that's 3 steals for Cam Hobbs in this first half.
Pass intended for Lords goes out of bounds as Pantea gets a hand on it. Even though Preston lost their last game here at home, they're 7-2 at home this year. And since the end of the 2012-13 season, Preston has really been dominant here. In fact, in Coach Jones's tenure as head coach, they're 109-16 in games here at Preston Gym. This really has been home sweet home.
Yeah, home sweet home, exactly. The friendly confines of Preston Gym.
Hobbs bring the ball in from underneath as It's held there. Harris has it in the right corner, spins, gives it off to Hobbs, and gets the layup. I got him with 9 here in the first half. They have him with 8 on the scoreboard, so it's somewhere in there.
I think 9's correct, yep.
So here's Blackhawk back up into the front court. Blackhawk out near the timeline, now double teamed as Hess comes out, and a 5-second violation. It's a good thing because that probably was a blocking foul against Hess.
Yeah, it would have been a blocking foul if not for that violation.
31-19 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston still leading by a dozen as Hobbs has it back up into the front court. Minute 20 to play here in the half. Hess has it at the left elbow, turns, faces the basket, doesn't shoot, gives it to Harris. Harris looking for a shooter to give it to, gives it to Larson, a 3, no good. As the rebound comes off to Pantea. Quickly back up in the front court, tried to get it to Bull, but he led Bull just a little bit too far. So the ball goes back to the Indians with 1:07 left here in the first half.
And of course, the Indians in past years maybe would have held for one shot. With the shot clock now, they can't do that.
Jones into the front court, driving, scoop shot in the lane, no. Hess with the rebound, over Horak, and puts it back in. Yes, count it.
Picks up the third on Horak.
Horak's got 3, like you mentioned, Lyle, here before the half ends, and he's going to have to come out again. So Kevin Adamson back in, as Horak will go back to the bench, and Hess will go to the free throw line, looking to complete the 3-point play. As the senior able to make that, he has 6 here in the first half. Pantea dribbles up the sideline and a whistle. Not sure what that's going to be.
A block. Hobbs on the block. Yeah.
A block on Hobbs or Harris? As it is going to go on Hobbs, and that'll be his second. 5 team fouls now on the Indians. 45 seconds to play here in the first half. Pantea up into the front court. Holds it, gives it off to Bull. Bull now back to Guntner on the free throw line, expended left, back to Pantea. At the left elbow, looking for a shot. He gets double teamed, but he can't pull the trigger, so he gives it back to Guntner. Guntner drives, and Jones slaps it out of his hand as he goes sliding by on his wallet.
Great hustle by Drew.
28 seconds left. Shot clock at 16, and underneath, they get it to Adamson for the layup. So the shot clock is now off. 20 seconds to play here in the quarter, and Jones gets it up into the front court. 34-21 Preston. Harris comes out to set the screen. Jones doesn't go around it. He'll stay dribbling out near the timeline. Clock now down to 7 seconds. Still holding with 6, with 5, now with 4. Pulls up for a 3. Good! Jones with his third 3 of the half gives Preston a 16-point lead going into the break. Indians on top, 37-21 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KCH and on mylocalradio.com. Stay tuned. The Level 10 Life Postgame halftime show is coming up right after this.
Level 10 Life provides skilled, one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
The Preston boys head back out on the road Friday night when they head to Blackfoot for the second meeting of the year with the Broncos. The Crumble Cookie pregame show gets started at 7 p.m. with a tip-off at 7:30. Preston Sports are brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, Franklin County Medical Center, S&T Electric, and Procon Homes. Catch the game live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com, your home for Preston Sports.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, you get a look out there on the floor as the state champion Preston girls cross country team gets their accolades here and selected as one of the regional best teams in the region by Nike.
An outstanding team, and all of their best runners come back, I think, for next year. Very good. Back-to-back state champions for Preston girls cross country.
Absolutely. So this is the Level 10 Life halftime show. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com. Lyle, the Indians came out and really shot well from the outside here in the first half.
Yeah, uncharacteristically low percentage shooting on two-pointers in the first half, but shot it well from the three-point line, as you said, and got to the free throw line and cashed in pretty well there too. You put up 37 and a half, and that's a good half's worth of work for a high school basketball game.
So the Indians looking to break that two-game losing streak, and they kind of came out and took it to Century here in the first half. Pantea got his shots, not falling necessarily, but Preston able to get the rebounds, get on the run, play good solid defense, and pick up some good transition points.
Yeah, Preston with a full court press off of made baskets most of that half, and they held Pantea to just 3 points, I think, in that half. So great job defensively on Century's best scorer, and you hold them to 21 and a half. So great defensive effort there.
Get a look at the Fidels out on the floor performing here at halftime. But we will take a timeout. When we come back here on the Level 10 Life halftime show, we'll look at the first half stats. Preston leads 37-21 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. The halftime show continues right after this break.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
All right, time to check the halftime stats here as we come back to the Level 10 Life halftime show. As the stats here today are brought to you by our friends at the Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Give them a call at 208-852-2364. For the Century Diamondbacks, Luke Pantea held to just 3 points in the first half. Elias Blackhawk had 5. 2 points for Spencer Payne, 4 points for Kevin Adamson, 4 points for Richie Bull, and Charles Horak had a total of 2. As Horak, the only player in foul trouble for Century, he has 3 fouls in the first half.
For the Indians, Dan, overall team scoring, they go 6 out of 18 on twos, 6 out of 11 on threes, and 7 for 10 from the free throw line. Individual scoring, Cam Hobbs with 9 in that first half for the Indians. He hits 2 twos, a 3, and a couple free throws. Drew Jones with 9 in that first half on 3 three-pointers. Tate Hess with 6, he hit a 2, and he goes 4 for 5 from the line. Cade Lords, his only shot attempted was a three-pointer that went, so 3 points for Cade. Will Hamblin has 7 on a couple of 2s and a 3. Cruz Harris played in that first half, did not score, and Caden Larson got a 2-point basket in that first half. So overall, the Indians, good balance scoring. He got 9, 9, and 6 with Hobbs, Jones, and Hess. Hamblin was 7. And again, 6 for 18 is only 33% obviously on twos, but the Indians usually shoot a better 2-point percentage than that, so I'd look to see them increase that in the second half.
This has been the Level 10 Life Halftime Report. Level 10 Life will reach your next level in life with their coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com. Second half coming up. This is the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocal.radio.com.
Level 10 Life provides skilled one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, we get ready to start the third quarter here tonight. A couple of scores to pass along to you. In the second quarter, the Westside girls were trailing Soda Springs, 16-8 tonight. You can hear that game in its entirety on a delayed rebroadcast coming up after the Preston game's over.
Yeah, looking at some other scores around the way. Preston alum Braden Parker apparently with 22 already tonight for ISU with the game still going, so a great game for Parker there.
Speaking of Braden Parker, I get to sit down and have an interview with him coming up Monday, and we'll have interviews with him and with Austin Smaley coming up on pregame shows here in the not-too-distant future.
It'll be a lot of fun. A couple of Preston legends that led their teams to state titles here.
Yeah, talk about their careers at ISU and their time here at Preston. So I'm looking forward to those interviews, and we'll get to have those for you coming up in the next week or so. So Preston has the ball to start the third quarter, tried to lob it down low, and they're holding Hess to where he can't get to the ball.
If that's Horrocks, that's going to be his fourth.
And it sure is. So Charlie Horrocks has 4. He's going to have to come out. 9 seconds into the half, he picks up his 4th foul, as Kevin Adamson's going to have to will come back in. Horrocks comes over and says, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, the problem is you're standing there holding where you can't get to the ball. So Preston has the ball back outside. It comes to Jones. Jones up top, comes over on the right side to Hamlin. Now to Lords, runs it back down inside. As this time Hess is able to catch the pass and get the little layup. He has 8 now in the game, and it's 39-21. Preston on top. Pantea gets it off. Adamson drives and is fouled before the shot, I believe.
Are they going to get Hess, or what are they getting? Oh, boy.
Yep, they're going to call it on Hess. That'll be 2 on him. So that'll mean the foul will be on the shot then if it's on Hess.
I thought he blocked the shot cleanly. If anything, it was on the ground before. But
so here's Adamson, and Kevin's first free throw banks in.
Adamson, the biggest kid on Century's varsity roster anyways, doesn't start, though, in here in relief for Horrocks now.
His second, no good, as it's Hamlin to grab the rebound. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market, True Value, with the great freshest meat and produce you'll find anywhere in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market in State Street in downtown Preston. Jones lobs it down to Hess. Not a good pass, as they're going to be off Pantea and out of bounds.
Yeah, Pantea was coming to double immediately. With Horrocks out of the game, I think you go right back to Hess.
Hess stands at the free throw line, wants to work his way in, gets it inside. The pass there to Lords. Lords with a great drop step and gets a layup.
Footwork, that's why you practice footwork.
Lords with 5, and it's 41-22. The lead expands to 19. As again, Adamson, and that's going to be a charging foul on Adamson. And that's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah, great hedge and recover by Tate on that high screen and roll. Left Cam Hobbs down there to take the charge under the hoop.
All of a sudden, Century's running out of big guys in the middle.
Yep.
6:50 to play here in the third quarter. 41-22 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Lords to Jones in the left corner. Wants to take the 3, can't. Guntner right in his shirt. Now Jones works his way out of the corner. Now back down low, gives it to Hess. Wants to turn in the paint. Adamson pokes it away. Picked up by Bull. It comes to Pantea up the floor. Pantea has offensive basket interference, but the foul was on the shot. That ball was going to go in.
Yeah, the Century coaches all got up and said, Adamson, what are you doing?
Hamlin called for the foul, his first. And Pantea now go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with only 3 points in the first half. Makes that one to give him 4 overall here in the game. Century averages 53 points a game. They have scored as many as 76 in a game. That was in a double overtime win over Thunder Ridge earlier this year. As Pantea's second free throw is good again.
It's like a new guy in for Century. Newton, a 6'4 senior. I don't think we saw him in the first half.
That's Gabe Newton. As again poked away. Here comes Pantea again up the floor. Lay it off to Blackhawk. No. As right there, Johnny on the spot is Gabe Newton for the putback and has his first 2 points very quickly. As down to 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. So 2 minutes gone here in the half. 41-26, the Indians lead. Lords has it at the left elbow, gives it to Jones. Drew down the middle, stops. Little turnaround jumper in the paint, no good. Has tapped it but couldn't control it as it comes away to Pantea up the floor in a crowd. And a blocking foul here against the Indians, and the ball belonged to Century on the baseline.
Yeah, Pantea got tied up. It's hard to remember sometimes the guys are left-handed. You play them for the right hand, and Pantea with that left hand somehow always surprises you, I think, when you're playing defense.
Foul goes against Lords. 3 fouls on the Indians here in the second half. Pantea has it along the baseline, gives it off to Blackhawk, and another foul. So Pantea ends up on the floor in the corner. And that foul is going to go against Drones as Drew draws his first, and that's 4 team fouls now against the Indians in 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Yeah, wow.
Looks like it's the Indians' turn to get all the whistles called against them as Pantea hits a 3 from the right corner. And Jones wants a timeout. 41-29, Preston on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back. It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember you can pick up new tops, bottoms, shoes, boots, and many accessories at Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street here in Preston. Hess has it down on the blocks as the pass is flipped out back onto the floor, intercepted there by Payne. Spencer all the way, left-handed, lay it up and in.
Yeah, good entry pass there to Hess, but he got double teamed and then didn't get it passed back out in time. Turns it over.
Lead trip trimmed down to 10. It's 41-31. Preston leads on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Lords has it top of the key. Back to Hobbs over on the left side. Lords has it again. Double team down low. Whips it into the corner. Not a good pass as Hamlin had it. Blackhawk got a hand on it and is going to stay with the Indians. 4:54 to play here in quarter number 3. Hobbs to bring it in as he gets it to Hess. Hess fakes the handoff to Hobbs, now wants to drive and draws a charging foul. You've got to understand what the officials are calling.
Yeah, the officials have been calling that one tonight, and they're calling a lot on the Indians in the here.
They're looking for fouls on guys in white shirts. You got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, it was a good pass by Hess, but again, you got to set those feet, jump, stop, pass it that way.
So, full court pressure put on by the Indians as Blackhawk has it. Back to Pantea, up into the front court. Pantea drives toward the corner. Instead goes into the paint, flips it up to the basket. No. Rebound put up by Bolt. No. Still tapped around. Saved onto the floor. Comes back to Pantea. Pantea in the right corner. Can't get a shot. Outside. Payne for 3. Short as the rebound is off and taken there by Hobbs. As Campbell rushed up into the front court. Doesn't take the 3. Over on the left side it goes to Jones. Free throw line extended as Drew will bring it back up top. Being guarded there by Blackhawk. Comes around the screen. Looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Hobbs has it now in the left corner. Cam dribbles out of the corner. Comes back inside in the paint. Turnaround jumper, no good. Touched there by Lords as it comes back to Hobbs. Back to Jones for 3, no good. As I'll tell you what, the Indians have gone ice cold here in quarter number 3 as Blackhawk has it up into the front court. Blackhawk almost looks like he got it stuck on his hip and carried it as he gives it back to Pantea. Pantea wants to drive, can't, so he'll give it back to Payne. Over in the corner to Bull from the left side. That's no good as the rebound is off and Lord's able to pull it down from there. Preston with only 4 points here in the third quarter.
Yep. Outscored 4-10 here so far this quarter.
Harris back into the game. Gives it back to Hobbs on the right side. Lords up top. He'll give it back to Hamlin. Hamlin tries a long 3. That's no good. Lords with the rebound. Acrobatic putback. Yes. 43-31. The lead back to 12. Pantea long 3 is an air ball. And not be able to get to it in time is Newton. I'm thinking about saving it on the floor. So 43-31 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard with 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Pantea much more active and aggressive seeking his shot here in this third quarter. Airballed that one though.
Larson back into the game here for the Indians. That's Caden Larson. Back to Jones. Free throw line extended left as he comes back now to the top of the key. As Century now in a man-to-man defense with Blackhawk on Jones. Drew wants to drive, dribbles through traffic, whip it back in the corner. Lords doesn't take the three. Instead, he'll drive off the glass. No. Pantea has the rebound, has it stripped away. Ball still loose. Payne picks it up into the front court. In the corner, it goes to Blackhawk. Tries to save it to Payne. And Harris gets a hand on it and knocks it out of bounds. Tonight's game brought to you by Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. Your one stop for tires, brakes, alignment, and more. 1986 North Main in North Logan. Bull gets it in, comes to Pantea, top of the key, weaves his way through traffic. Scoop shot goes off the bottom of the board, gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Pantea's got 10 now and deflects the ball into the Preston bench and then comes over and almost runs into Jones in the process.
As the Diamondbacks have cut the Preston lead to 10. Good energy off the Diamondback bench right now. Preston needs a basket to stop the rally.
Harris at the right elbow, spins in the paint, gets pushed there by Newton, goes up and doesn't go in. As then it's Harris who ends up on Bull's back and will draw the foul. I don't know why they don't see that. It's right in front of the official on the baseline. He gets a two-hand shove right in the waist.
Yeah, Cruz, a little frustration foul there on that rebound.
Harris draws his first. As they get it back up in the front court. Look out, taken away by Larson all the way. Here he comes, slam dunk.
Caden Larson has hops.
Comes back to Blackhawk, his three, good to quiet the crowd. So Blackhawk answers, comes back to Jones. Drew wants to drive and a blocking foul on the floor. So it'll be Preston's ball out of bounds as the foul is going to go on, they call it on Pantea. That's just his second and the third against Century. Preston was 16 fouls. They're out of fouls already for the second half with a minute and a half to play in quarter number 3. Comes back to Jones, drives the baseline, pulls up short, back outside, back to Larson. Steps back, Kent doesn't shoot. Down low, great backdoor look to Lords. Lead back to 11, 47-36. As bad pass, Pantea tries to throw it to Payne, but instead throws it to the doors over there in the wall.
Number 5, Samuel Billings.
Samuel Billings will come back in here for the Diamondbacks as Richie Bull will go to the bench with 1:10 to play here in quarter number 3. Hobbs will bring the ball back up in the front court. Hobbs, top of the key, as back over. Larson from the left corner, 3, good. Caden Larson hits the 3. Referees blow the whistle here quickly because the net is stuck up. Tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Third quarter tonight's game brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. As Payne tries to drive, gets it back outside to Pantea. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Pantea drives, pulls up from 15, needs a bounce. Well, does get it. Got the soft shooter's bounce. And he has a dozen. Hobbs quickly again back the other way. He spins in the paint. He's fouled. Foul will go against Blackhawk, and the basket is good. Hobbs will go to the free throw line now, looking to complete the three-point play. Foul goes on Blackhawk. That's his first. And Hobbs now to the free throw line with 31 ticks left in the quarter, as his free throw is no good. Pantea with the rebound. He'll push back up into the front court. Kicks it. However, he kicked it right to Blackhawk in three-point range. Doesn't make it. It comes to Lords with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. As he'll hand it off back to Larson. He'll back it back out. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go here in the quarter as he stands way out near the timeline. Now with 8. Wants to put the ball in motion with 6. Give it back to Jones. Looks for another 3. Good again! Jones hits another 3, and Preston opens the lead back up. 55-38 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. You get a look at it there on mylocalradio.com. We're done with 3. We'll go to the 4th. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
105.5 FM KACH.
Hi, we're Braden and Brittany Smith with Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency.
We're Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jan Stone with Northern Title of Preston, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Bill Chambers from North Stars Ultimate Outdoors, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Larson. I'm with HK Auto, and we are Dayton Proud and Idaho Strong.
We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. We'll start the fourth quarter, but before we do, Lyle, you got a stunner on the scoreboard.
Yeah, according to a score we're seeing on Twitter, Madison up big on Hillcrest at the half, 36-20. That is a real stunner. Madison's a good team. It's not that. It's just Hillcrest has been so good this year.
55-38 as we start the fourth. Century has the ball. Pantea has it, top of the key. Hess pops out on him. He gives it over on the right side as he goes back to Blackhawk. He fumbles it, so he has to come back outside. Comes back to Pantea on the angle left. Puts the ball to the dribble, wants to drive on Larson, takes it down to the baseline, stops there, bounce it inside, Bowl in the paint, put it up short as it's Harris up high to grab the rebound. Comes back the other way, and we got a foul on Bowl as he knocked Harris off stride as Richie Bowl picks up his second.
See Horrocks back in as we start the fourth quarter for Century with 4 fouls there.
Score from down in Utah. Skyview beats Ridgeline tonight, 56-41, as no basket, traveling violation underneath on Harris before the shot.
Cruz can't believe it, but yeah, he's going to pick up the traveling call.
So 55-38, 35 seconds gone here in the fourth quarter tonight. Fourth quarter brought to you by Papa J's. Back out to Bull. Has his shot blocked by Harris. Taken away by Larson up in the front court. Jones back down low to Hess. Hess gets a two-hand chop there from Bull and loses the ball as it comes back to Pantea. Back up in the front court. As down low, it's Horak back into the game with his 4 fouls as he gets fouled, trying to go up. That's going to be on Hamlin. That'll be his second. But Preston now out of fouls here for the rest of regulation. So 1-1 here for Horak. First one is good. Horak with just 3 points. Fourth quarter of tonight's game, as we mentioned a moment ago, is brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Second free throw is no good as Harris throws it off of Bull, and it's going to go back over to the Indians. Smart headsy play there by Harris.
Harris and Bull, the only 2 players within 20 feet of the ball, and Harris threw it off him as he went out of bounds.
So just over a minute gone here in the fourth, and it seems like everything has happened. Get it down low to Hess. Hess has it in front of Horak. Hand it off to Harris. Harris, little short jumper from along the baseline, no. Hess has the rebound, put it back in off the glass. For Hess, that's 10. That's now a dozen games in double figures for him this year. 57-39. Lead grows back to 18 again. Blackhawk drives, and he's fouled on his way to the basket. That's going to go against Jones. It's a block, and that's going to be 2 on Drew and number 8 on the team.
Drew Jones comes for personal foul his second. Elias Blackhawk in the foul line.
The only foul trouble in terms of the starters anyways, Hess has 3.
Blackhawk makes the first. As Larson leaves, Cam Hobbs comes back in. Tonight's game brought to you by Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. So Blackhawk's second free throw, he makes them both. $57-41. The lead is 16 with 6:15 to play. As Hobbs Dribbles against Blackhawk, goes between his legs, doesn't shoot, comes to Harris. A little fake pass. Harris drives the paint as everyone just kind of gets away from him. Then Hamlin drives, and Pantea reaches in from around the backside and draws the foul. That's his third.
Personal foul is third. 16 foul.
So 16 fouls now on Century. They're now out of fouls for the rest of regulation as well. Comes in down low to Harris. Backs in on Bull. Goes around Bull and puts it in.
Looked like could have been an and one opportunity too. Good strong play by Cruz right into Bull's chest.
Cruz just with 3 points in the game tonight. Averages about 8.5 a game as he comes along the baseline. 2-pointer put up there by Horak is no good. Hess has the rebound there for the Indians. Here comes Hobbs back up into the front court for Preston as he has it poked away by Pantea. One-on-one against Jones. Luke all the way, puts it up off the bottom of the rim, and no foul called. As Hess has it in the back court, Bull all over, and finally gets it to Jones. As, boy, Preston escaped his one there. Jones, turnaround jumper, short. As the rebound is off, it comes to Guntner. Back to Pantea up in the front court. Drives, puts his shoulder down, runs into Hobbs. How'd he get away with that? And time called and a timeout wanted by Coach Foster with 5:06 to play. 59-43 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Scores keep coming in. Lyle, you have another one.
Yeah, at the end of 3, Highland and Rigby all tied up at 34. A couple of good 5A teams going at it there. Idaho Falls up 11 on Bonneville. Looks like at the end of 3, if I'm reading that right.
Preston leads by 16, 59-43. 5:06 to play here in the fourth. Whoops, Harris ran out on the floor. He was supposed to come out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts. Okay, we're good.
No, count noses. Okay, we're good.
Comes to Hamlin right in front of the Preston bench. Top of the key to Lords. Back over, Hobbs has it. As it comes out top of the key, Hess dribbling there against Horak. Remember, Horak has 4 fouls. Back to Jones. Jones tries to get it to Hess. It's poked away by Horak. Jones gets knocked to the floor, wants to know, okay, why wasn't that a foul?
Jones Sr. and Jones Jr. both kind of shrugged their shoulders to the ref like, what was that? How's that not a foul?
They've swallowed their whistles all of a sudden. Comes back to Jones. Drives down to the baseline. To Hess. Give it back to Hobbs. Driving all the way. Lay it up and in. Hobbs. Then at the other end, Hobbs pokes it away from Pantea, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Century. 61-43 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston trying to break a 2-game losing streak. Go ahead.
Madison up 61-43, end of 3 against Hillcrest.
Pantea hits the 15-foot jumper from along the baseline. He's got 14. And it's a 16-point lead for the Indians, 61-45. Jones has it, free throw line extended left. To Hess, top of the key. Comes back to Hobbs on the right side. Bounce it back to Hess. He goes up, he runs into Payne. There's no call. Pantea again up the floor. He loses it, falls on it. He's trying to hang on to it, and Foster needs a timeout. So Ryan Foster calls another timeout with 4:06 to play. Preston still leads by 16 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Timeout brought to you by Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team. Their presentation of Preston Indian basketball here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back.
North Stars Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Other games going on as Idaho State leading Sacramento State 60-47 with about 4 minutes left. Utah leading Washington State down at the down in Salt Lake. Weber State leading Portland State tonight as well. And still to come tonight, it's BYU at Santa Clara. As they get it into Pantea. Pantea, top of the key. Look out, reach-in foul here. As referees apparently find their whistles as Hobbs whistled for the foul. That'll be his third and ninth team foul against the Indians.
And Pantea will go to the line. He's up to 16 points. But he's had to work awfully hard for those 16 points tonight. And
LMU leading Gonzaga up in Washington tonight as the first free throw here by Pantea is good. He's got 15, and it's 61-46. And Jones is irate at the officials as Pantea makes them both. Jones giving the officials an earful going back up the floor. 4 minutes to play, 61-47 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Comes to Jones, down low, lay it off to Harris. In the paint, doesn't shoot, back outside Lords. He again doesn't take the shot, drives, and he's fouled. As a good thing because his shot went off the side of the backboard. As the foul will go against Richie Bull. That's going to be his third. 7 team fouls now against Century, so Lords are going to go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. First one is good. Hey, if you go to Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton, enjoy one of those mouth-watering sandwiches for lunch. Make sure you pick up some jerky while you're there. Or you can order it online at papajs.com. Lords' second free throw, he makes them both. Lords now with 11 in the game, 63-47. Preston still leads, 3.5 to play. As it comes to Blackhawk, driving, gets to the free throw line, dribbles it off his foot. Lords picks it up, gives it to Harris. 2 on 5, so Harris very alertly just slows the ball down, gives it to Hobbs. Hobbs comes back to Harris on the angle right as he holds it out there. And Richie Bull just swats at it like a pesky wasp and hits it up into about 3 rows deep in the stands.
So Caden Larson back in. Boy, Caden sure gave the Indians a big lift in that third quarter when he came in.
Get it into Jones. Out near the timeline. He'll hold on to it there. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:15 to play here in the game. Hobbs on the right side. Skip pass back to Larson. Doesn't take the shot. He'll back it back out. Down to 9, 8, 7 seconds on the clock. Comes back outside to Jones. You're going to have to shoot it, Drew, as he jumps into Pantea to try to draw the foul and can't. But the ball bounces off the rim and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, another shot clock that you got to keep track.
Smart officials, they weren't going to bail Jones out when he jumped onto Pantea's back.
Yeah, I think good no call there, but
Pantea for 3. That's no good. As up high, Harris has it poked away there by Bull, and it goes out of bounds back to the Indians.
Yeah, you want to see Cruz grab that with both hands on that rebound.
So Hobbs will rock the dribble back up into the front court. 2:40 on the clock as he gets to the timeline. Hobbs spins, goes around Blackhawk, lay it back to Jones. Nope, doesn't take the 3 as Horak pops out on him. So he'll pull the ball back out top. Give it back to Hobbs, free throw line extended right. Back to Lords. Lords looking for cutters to go through, gives it back to Jones. Horak again comes out and harasses Jones, and finally Jones loses it out of bounds after he took contact from Horak and Pantea both.
It's like the pinball machine there, and when the contact causes the turnover, I think you have to call the foul.
Well, you would think. As Pantea again pulls up, as Larson comes out of nowhere to block the shot. As it comes to Hobbs, weaves his way through traffic, gives it to Lords in the right corner. Lords holds it there. Gets it down low on Harris. Harris spins in the paint. Bull takes it away from him and comes up the floor, back the other way. Drives into a triple team. His pass is intercepted by Lords, and then a timeout called by the Indians with 1:46 to play. Preston leading 63-47 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Get a look at the score here at Preston Gym as the Indians lead 63-47. They're done with 3, and Blackfoot leads Skyline 49-48 tonight.
Wow, good one.
Preston's ball in the backcourt as they bring it back up the floor. 1:40 to play. Jones has it on the right side, top of the key, back to Lords. Hobbs on the left side, tries to dribble through Bull, who almost knocked him down. It comes to Lords in the left corner for 3.
Lords having himself a ball game tonight, Dan.
He's got 14 with 1:20 to play here in the fourth. 66-47, 19-point advantage for the Indians, 1:15 to play. Bull swings it back over to Payne from the right corner. That's no good. Long rebound comes back off again as it's collected there by Larson. And once again, Preston wants a timeout with 1:06 to play here in the game. 66-47, full timeout again taken by the Indians. And once again, we'll take the timeout as well, as this timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, stop in at Magnolia Road and check out their selections available in most sizes. It's Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So 1:06 to play. Preston leads by 19. You think this one's well put away as Jones again gets it up into the front court. Tyson Knapp into the game here for the Indians as shot no good. Comes back outside. Larson for 3 and hit it. Caden Larson got his 10. As with 40 seconds to play, it's 69-47. As three-pointer put up there by Horak, and that's good. So Charlie Horak answers.
Yeah, no hurry here for the Indians.
So Knapp, who did not play in the game against Pocatello, gets in for the closing moments here as Jones, with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, just stands out near the timeline, just settling just to run the clock out. It's a 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as it's down to 7 as Preston was going to win their 12th of the year as shot clock expires, but they let the game clock run. They need to put a second on the clock.
Coach Frost says, never mind, game's over.
Put 1 second on the clock, trailing by 19 as Preston wins it by the final score of 69-50 here tonight. So Preston goes to 12-4 in overall on the year, and they even their conference record at 1-1. I said all week that this was a big game because you can't afford to go down 0-2 in conference play.
Yeah, boy, you certainly can't, especially not at home. So a big, important win and big win here for the Indians.
So 69-50 the final. Invite you to stay tuned. The postgame show is coming up here on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meat and produce in town. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, with all the parts you need for your car to keep it running strong. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tires, stop in and see the tire experts on Main Street in North Logan. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now stay tuned for the Ralph's Construction postgame show, coming up next.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Franklin County Medical Center is proud to provide excellence in surgical and specialty healthcare right here in our community, making it extremely convenient to receive world-class care without even leaving the county. The best part is that we work closely with your primary care physicians to ensure a convenient and coordinated care experience. Our skilled surgeons are continually adding services to Franklin County, some you won't find anywhere in the greater Cache Valley area. Discover what is available right here at fcmc.org/specialty. You just might be surprised at what we have to offer.
The Preston boys head back out on the road Friday night when they head to Blackfoot for the second meeting of the year with the Broncos. The Crumble Cookie pregame show gets started at 7 p.m. with a tip-off at 7:30. Preston Sports are brought to you by the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, Franklin County Medical Center, S&T Electric, and Procon Homes. Catch the game live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com, your home for Preston Sports.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Well, the Preston band plays in the background celebration music as the Indians pick up their 12th win of the year, knocking off Polka Century tonight by the final score of 69-50. Good outside shooting and pretty good ball control, really leading the way for the Indians
I thought
tonight.
the Indians, did a pretty good job of taking care of the balls. We talked about it in the pregame and didn't let Century hurt us on the boards. Horrocks, for a kid that's only 6'2", is very strong and a good leaper at center for Century. He gave Hess some trouble around the basket, but ultimately got him in foul trouble, and Preston was able to get a lot of things going tonight from a lot of different guys. A lot of guys scored and got double figures or close there too.
So Preston has now won 15 of the last 20 head-to-head against the Diamondbacks, even though they lost 2 out of 3 last year. Diamondbacks are tough. They have big kids, and certainly Horak and Bull fall right into that mold, but Preston able to come away with a win.
Yeah, and in the second half, Century made a nice little run coming out of the halftime and closed that gap. Preston able to call timeout, kind of settle down and get back to taking care of business. Ultimately, you put 69 points on the board for the Indians against Century. That's hard to do because Century, as we've talked about, plays tough defense. They're very physical. They kind of grind you down, and to get 69 on Century is a great showing.
And good balanced scoring tonight. They get 14 out of Lords, 12 from Jones, and 13 from Hobbs tonight. When you can get 3 guys in double figures like that, you're doing well.
Yeah, and we, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 guys in double figures tonight for the Indians, including Caden Larson comes off the bench for 10. Okay. And Cade Lords, I think the best, certainly the best offensive game he's had this year with 14 points. He knocks down a couple threes. He was just very good tonight on that offensive end. Gave the Indians a big boost.
And exactly, I was about to say that even though he comes off the bench, he doesn't start. When he comes onto the floor, it's speed, it's ball handling, and most of the time it's instant offense.
Yeah, great job tonight with Larson, and you tip your cap. Now, Cruz Harris had a tough game tonight offensively off the bench. Normally he's right around double figures or close to it, but tougher game for him offensively, but I thought he rebounded well and played well in other ways. But good team win overall tonight for the Indians.
Preston has 13 home games this year because they didn't go on the Boise trip and with the tournament. And tonight was their 10th home game on the year, and they're 8-2 in Preston Gym this season.
Yeah, you have to defend that home court. Ideally, of course, everybody would love to be undefeated at home, but that's hard to do. And 8-2 is not a bad mark at all. And probably the most important number of all tonight is to move to 1-1 in district play.
Right, absolutely.
With a win over a district rival here in the Century Diamondbacks.
This is the Ralph's Construction postgame show, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Hoping to get a chance to talk to Coach Jones. In the meantime, we'll come back and look at the final numbers right after this on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, let's take a look and see what the final stat sheet looks like. The numbers brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call the Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today at 208-852-2364 or stop by and see them at their office at 33 South 1st East in Preston. For the Diamondbacks, Luke Pineda finished the game with 16 tonight. Elias Blackhawk, fairly quiet in the second half, had only 9 points overall. Spencer Payne had 4. Gabriel Newton off the bench had 2. Kevin Adamson played a lot in the second half because of foul trouble to Horak. He finished the game with 5. It was Richie Bull who had 5 in the game as well. And Charles Horak, who we mentioned, with his 4 fouls, he still finished the game with 6 points overall.
The Preston Indians, Dan, just kind of recap the scoring. Preston led 20-10 at the end of 1. They were up 37-21 at halftime. Third quarter, they go up 55-38. So even though Century came back some in that third quarter, Preston still outpointed them 18 points to 17 in that third. So Preston goes up 55-38 the end of 3, and they win 65-50. For those interested, the Preston JV also won 65-34. Looking at some further team stats for the Indians tonight, after going 6 of 18 in the first half on 2s, they finished 15 of 35 on 2-point field goals. They go 10 for 18 on 3s, so excellent shooting percentage. You get 30 points tonight off of 3-pointers. That was a big boost, and the Indians go 9 for 13 from the free throw line, which is not bad here for this Indian team. Individually, Dan, Cam Hobbs had one of the better offensive games he's had probably for a while. 13 points tonight for Cam. He goes 4 for 9 on 2s, 1 for 3 on 3s, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Drew Jones with 12. He goes 0 for 4 on 2s and 4 for 6 on 3s for his 12 points. Tate Hess, 3 for 9 on 2s, 4 for 5 from the line for 10 points. Cade Lords, we talked about, boy, had a great game. 3 for 4 on 2s, 2 for 2 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the line for 14 tonight for Cade Lords. Will Hamblin, 7 points on 2 for 2 and 1 for 4 from 3-point line. Cruz Harris, 3 points tonight, 1 for 5 on 2s and 1 for 2 from the line. And Caden Larson came in off the bench. He goes 2 for 2 on 2s, 2 for 3 on 3s for 10 points. And notably, one of his 2-pointers was a nice, thunderous two-handed dunk after a steal and a breakout, and he got to throw one down two-handed on the fast break.
They're in the final minute over in Pocatello as the Idaho State clinging to a 3-point lead over Sacramento State. Weber State leading by 19 in the final minute at home against Portland State. And it's a final down at the University of Utah. The Utes have knocked off Washington State 77-63. Come back, wrap up our broadcast, see if we can talk to Coach Jones or not. We'll take a timeout and be right back right after this.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your life. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837. Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And we're pleased to be joined here by Coach Tyler Jones here for a couple of minutes before we get off the air here this evening. Always nice to break a losing streak.
It was. Yep. Anytime you can get a conference win, you take them, and that'll hopefully get us some momentum going into tomorrow and the rest of the season.
You know, we talked about the difficult games here in the final 6 games. The game against Blackfoot tomorrow night becomes a little even more difficult after the energy he had to expend here tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, this was the most important game where it's a conference game and puts us, you know, a game up on them and one behind Pocatello. So puts us in second right now. And tomorrow, Blackfoot's a really good team. We saw that here. They're physical, they're athletic, and right now them and Hillcrest had a great battle last week. Blackfoot actually led them most of that game, and we'll have our hands full again tomorrow. But it's what you want. You want to play the best teams. You want to go get challenged, and our kids will be up for it tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, looking around at a couple of scores, Coach, one that surprised me, according to the internet anyways, Madison was up 18 on Hillcrest at the end of 3, so kind of a surprising one there, but of course we'll still see Hillcrest here. In terms of tonight's game against the rival Diamondbacks, what did you like that you saw tonight out of your team?
Really good spurts, I thought our defense the first half, we did a really good job. Pantea, he's a player, he can score it, and first half we held him to 3 points. I thought we did a good job kind of getting out of his hands, trapping him, and second half he got going a little bit, got to the free throw line and stuff. But they're a tough team. Coach Frost does a good job every year. They're physical, they're going to play hard, they're scrappy, and they wouldn't go away, and credit them, they kept fighting back.
You got good balanced scoring tonight. You had 5 different players in double figures.
And you like to see that. That's always a stat that I like, when you see that balance, so they can't focus on one guy, and each game's different, and you have to have people step up. I thought the first half we hit some perimeter shots. Drew hit a few the first half, and then the second half, we got it inside a little bit more and drove to the basket. I thought Cam did a really good job getting to the paint.
Yeah, I thought 2 of your kids tonight that are maybe a little less heralded on the scoring column were huge. Caden Larson came in that third quarter. He got the dunk. He had a couple of assists and a 3 that I thought really helped you out a lot. And then Cade Lords tonight with 14, really fine offensively.
Yeah, I thought both of those 2 were huge. Caden, that's what you need off the bench. Great energy. Hit a couple shots, got some steals, like you said, assists, that dunk, got the crowd going. And Lords was just he battled tonight, and every night, you're going to get that out of Cade. And that's what it takes. It takes everybody working together, playing for each other. And it's still, good thing was we got the win, and at times, though, there's still room for improvement. Yeah. We were sloppy at times. Second half, turned the ball over too much. We did shoot a higher free throw percentage than we have, which was a positive. So,
big win tonight. How do you get ready for Blackfoot tomorrow?
So, quick turnaround. You got to go home. We'll have a shoot around tomorrow afternoon before we leave, and they're young. If you make it a state tournament, you got to play 3 in a row. So, it's good for us, especially having a week off and up there, a tough road test, and I'm excited to go see what we can do up there.
Nice win tonight. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow at Blackfoot.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Jones with us here on the postgame show. Before we say goodnight, Lyle, let's get a final thought out of you.
Thanks.
So as we talked about a minute ago, Dan, the biggest thing is to go to 1-1 in conference and defend your home court, pick up a win over Century. It's always good for Preston, whatever sport, any program, to get a win over Century. And, you try to regain that momentum. You come in having lost 2, as we talked about. Now you try to start building again. And this game tomorrow night against Blackfoot will be very interesting to me. I think Preston has a really good shot at knocking off Blackfoot on the road. I'm not predicting anything, but I'm telling you, Preston led the game most of the way here and then kind of let it get away. I think that'll be a very interesting ball game tomorrow night.
Yep, it's good working with you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow in Blackfoot.
Yep, I'll be up there.
Our next game, as we mentioned, is coming up tomorrow night as the Preston Indians will travel to Blackfoot to take on the Broncos for their second meeting of the year. The Crumble Cookie pregame show starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. The tip-off at 7:30. And as always, you can catch the game here on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Audio only tomorrow night, no video from Blackfoot. That'll wrap up our coverage for tonight. The executive producer of KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. Our associate producer is Cody Olson. Stage manager tonight, John Slaughter, and our studio coordinator back at KACH is John Beverly. Stay tuned. We'll have a rebroadcast of the the Westside Pirate girls game against Soda Springs coming up in just a couple of moments. We'll remind you again of the final score as the Indians knock off Century by the final score of 69-50. Until next time, for Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard saying thanks for joining us on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com from here at Preston Gym. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.